brethren of the South Leeward Conference. Greetings once more in the blessed name of our soon-coming King, Christ Jesus. Given the current state of emergency in all of our territories, I've chosen to update us frequently on various events and issues around the conference. Today, I will address three such issues. First, as the number of COVID-19 cases increase in our various territories, so too does the state of hopelessness and fear. I take the opportunity to remind us that our God, the Creator, the one who parted the Red Sea, who raised Lazarus from the dead, who conquered death and the grave, has not abandoned us. He is still in charge. In the midst of the uncertainties of life, we can trust Him. His promise is that when we pass through the fire and the flood, He will be with us. This thought from the pen of inspiration is meaningful. God would not have us remain pressed down by dumb sorrow, with sore and breaking hearts. He would have us look up and behold His dear face of love. The blessed Savior stands by many whose eyes are so blinded by tears that they do not discern Him. He longs to clasp our hands, to have us look to Him in simple faith, permitting Him to guide us. His heart is open to our griefs, our sorrows, and our trials. I urge us to take courage. Among Moses' last words to the Israelites just before his departure from this world were those words recorded in Deuteronomy 33 and verse 27. The eternal God is our refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. You can trust in the everlasting arms of Jesus. Secondly, as a people, we have a mandate to bring hope and spiritual healing to the broken people around us. In this climate of uncertainty and despair, the time is right to proclaim Jesus as the hope of all the world. In this regard, we will be launching an online hope campaign commencing April 19 at 8 p.m. Evangelist Sherwin White will proclaim the gospel of hope, and we ask every member to spread the word along to all of your non-Adventist friends and contacts. It is about giving hope to the hopeless. April 19, 2020, online and on Second Advent Radio. Finally, brethren, in addition to responding to the spiritual needs of the people around us, we also have a humanitarian responsibility. You may be aware that COVID-19 is no respecter of persons, and neither does it have any regard for one's religious persuasion. And so, we have determined that we will reach out to all, Adventists and non-Adventists alike. In our recent executive committee meeting earlier this week, we have decided to allocate $57,000 of in-gathering funds to assist our various governments, Montserrat, St. Kitts Nevis, and Antigua Barbuda, with the acquisition of COVID-19 testing kits to help in the fight against this deadly pestilence. We are happy that we are able to make a positive difference in our various communities. We know that God is well pleased with our act of giving back. The act of giving is always a blessing. It is for this reason that God also asks us to be faithful in giving back to Him our tithes and offerings. Under the current circumstances, this is proving a challenge to some. But I remind us that God promises to reward our faithfulness to Him by opening up the windows of heaven and pouring out rich blessings. His counsel is, prove me and see if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. That is, in response to our faithfulness in returning our tithes and offerings. Our church buildings are closed, but our pastors will inform you of our online giving platform that will be made available in another few days to all our members. Prove God and receive your blessing. I remind us too that though our buildings are closed, we bring you live Sabbath services via Facebook at South Leeward Conference Facebook Live, YouTube at SLC TV, and on our website at southleewardconference.org, and of course on Second Advent Radio 101.5 FM, 11 a.m. every Sabbath morning. And of course, we also have our midweek prayer meeting on Wednesday evenings on Second Advent Radio. Once more, I ask us to keep faithful and hope in Jesus. He is still the only hope for all the world. God bless you and stay safe.